94.7 Asempa FM Sony. Emrena se aso de Ekosiisen dwumedie no Bremo, a Tuesday afternoon, the 5th day of January 2021. Live on Asempa 94.7 FM around the world. This show is live on the World Wide Web. myjoyonline.com and adomonline.com. Midin Yosei Bonsu. I speak on behalf of a solid production team, a team led by Dominic Isiyaboa and ably assisted by Nana Chumberima, Jackson Osei Ntiamwa, Yawo Eric Oparibe friend DJ Yayo, and Queen Star Ejapon. They make up the Ekosiisen production team. And it's their duty and hard work we put into production. I must show you a dear ete ene. Oman hene kwabena santi bibia will be a chiao shonko ene ewie. Yatna see 6:30 p.m. Any edumedie no eba ewie. We have our eyes fixed on all the major issues in our country, political, social, current affairs. This is the show to listen to. Said American Akano. It's the multiple award-winning late afternoon political talk show. Ably sponsored by Agbeve Herbal Center, Amponsa Ifa Pharmaceuticals, Obapa Company Limited, EcoBank Ghana, Bell Aqua, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil, and Napa Foods, Franco Trading Enterprise, Bell Aqua Active, and a TCL, The Creative Life. Join us on all our interactive platforms. Our show is live on over a dozen radio stations in Ghana. That's affiliate stations in Ghana, from Tamale to Bibiani in the Western North region. In Oko Tamale, ABC Radio, Salaga, Kan FM, Oba Sunyane Storm FM, Oko Akomadan, Yo Cruise FM, Oko Wenchi, Yo Wia CFM, Yo Royal FM, Oba Brekum, Yo Agro FM, Oba Senko Boasi PZ Radio, Oko Offenso, Yo Time FM, Ewo Asante Achem Agogonso, Yawa Dansier Radio, Oko Sekendi Takrade, Aseda FM, and a BBN Yawa Ochiame FM, Ewo, Omunina Fay in Jumedian Live. Stations ne door, and Timmy Amodi and Audi Achayan. Amanone over 123 radio stations and a Fire Ekosiisen live. Many thanks for tuning in to Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, current affairs talk show. We're on Facebook as well, facebook.com/Asempa 94.7 FM. Like our page, share the stream. And on YouTube, you can watch us on YouTube live. Your channel on YouTube is Asempa 94.7 FM. WhatsApp line is very active. 0546 382 287 0546 382 287. Na yenti de wo ede ema. Don't be a passive listener, be an active one. And then some SSC, the president was in parliament to deliver the State of the Nation's address, the last in his first term. Enti no samno ewo ye be de hon komo bebre na e kasa e de fa hon e be say president spoke well, e be say he mixed out on some very very pertinent issues in our country at the moment. Ye be de hon komo ye we are the Supreme Court judgment no aba betodwa enra mo be kaya ye ne Joseph Akable edi nkomo ema on my snapshot of the course of Supreme Court edit to say enne by 12 midday Supreme Court edi ruling ebeba yan ntia say ruling no aba Joseph Akable abekansa e wo studio ha Joseph akwa aba net sen koye bibia daw official panso afi convert afi sese na yeda so etinkwam bo adwuma ma o man Ghana Ekosiisen na se de bia meka cho se no wana biti no wana biti enti Joseph Akable obi no way too much in the Supreme Court na said
the Supreme Court no call after they went into conclave to look at the issues that have been filed no asemo mo kan and say a year injunction a High Court judge Hohoe no a grantee against gazetting of Energy Minister John Peter Mewu as MP elect for Hohoe no. The judge was wrong in granting that injunction, but the court said because it has already, that injunction has already elapsed because it was to last for 10 days.
10 days, yeah.
Because it has already elapsed, there is really no injunction for it to set aside.
Okay.
That notwithstanding, the substantive case of filing or high court, there are aspects of it that they are asking for reliefs that are in the nature of an election petition.
Okay.
And to those aspects of the case, wabo atwachene.
Wabo
all those aspects of the case were setting aside.
Even the high court,
the high court relating to the election petition. So one of the requests they were asking for is that they should order a rerun of the elections in Hohoe. So all those aspects has been set aside, and the court about those aspects go. So what remains at the whole high court currently is just the human rights issue. As to whether or not they not being allowed to vote in the parliamentary elections, breaches their human rights. And the court explains that the electoral laws and the constitution creates the situation whereby if you have any concerns related to say as the appropriate action you have to take is to file an election petition at the high court, not a human rights action seeking reliefs of the nature of an election petition.
Supreme Court can say
yes,
but Omakasano, what would it mean to human rights case now or whole high court?
And then it remains before the whole high court.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court number decision say they should have gone with an election petition and not human rights.
And to see they say a human rights action I'm filing. And a court in the election petition aspect if him. So the human rights aspect remains there. And to say one to one say be are still our concerns relating to energy minister John Peter only election
go with an election petition
at the high court. And it was a unanimous decision. 5 judges no more cases so no munia coming to the conclusion that was the 5-0. That was the position of the law.
5-0.
5-0.
Ba kokren dissent.
Debbie.
Samum. Enti virtually Neoma, the Attorney General, the Supreme Court. Reliefs are not Attorney General, ACQ or Supreme Court, courts not granted.
Were mainly granted. The only aspects the court said it was not going to grant related to the fact that now a person can restrain the High Court from hearing the matter.
Even the human rights matter,
But the court said that because the human rights aspect, it can remain, and he didn't grant that relief fully. But in terms of the issues relating to whether or not Mr. May was validly elected, the court say you cannot proceed with that unless there's an election petition that should be appropriately filed. And as it stands, there is no court order against Amewu's election. Nothing stops him, at least between now and January 7, from taking his seat in Parliament as the Hohoe MP elect. And the court was making a point again that the Sao residents not being able to vote, it has nothing to do with the election that led to Amewo being elected in Hohoe. And so if they had any such concerns about his election, then they should go via an election petition. And if it is a human rights issue that you are sticking to, then don't ask for reliefs that can only be granted as an election petition.
Through an election petition. Courts them are consequential orders because you see and they be able to say so what next for South for now they did not vote in the parliamentary election. They also have to be represented in the court. The
court said that those issues are not matters that are before it currently. The issues about their human rights and whether or not the EC's failure, refusal, whatever word will be should be to create a constituency for them to vote. If for whatever reason that had not happened, those issues are matters that the High Court is clothed with the power in terms of a human rights issue to deal with. And not an issue that is at the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court today. What was at the Supreme Court was the questions relating to whether or not the High Court judge acted within law when he granted an injunction, and even the aspects of the case, whether he's clothed with the power, all aspects of the case to deal with it. And then, of course, now concluded, say, the ones that are asking for reliefs relating to election petition there, it is out to me, unless say election petition, it's not an election petition that has been filed into I don't know if he able to go.
Wow. Lawyers statutory kata and go for the Adami were in court, right?
Yes.
Now, more reactions at the same.
Mr. Chikatoni ankasa after proceedings, but the oka in open court and say ask the court pleases. But Mr. Damene point of making is in terms of the request he made to the court, he's of the view that essentially he has gotten what he wanted because the request was to say that the judge erred in granting that particular injunction because the individuals do not have voting rights in Hohoe in his opinion. And he again makes the point to us in the interview that as far as he is concerned, as working at the Attorney General and Justice Ministry, they should have voted in the Buem constituency. And he believes that if there should be any annulment, then it should be taking place at the Buem constituency. He also said that he's aware that Omar Filey, there's a case, someone has filed a case in the form of a petition, not a human right issue, a petition at the Hohoe High Court relating to the Buem election. And so that one remains pending. But in terms of the issues relating to Mr. Mewu, there's no question about him being validly elected. And so that resolves the matter.
One of the issues about Enra was the legality of CI 128. And Ebika said, lawyer Tatuche Kata raised the issue, said, when it gets to Parliament, the day it passes, that same day should be gazetted. No more the gazette was done later. Supreme Court no.
In fact, he had made a point in a manner that suggested that he was alleging fraud. And normal for a case now, even before Supreme Court Ebama decision, he had filed some other documents to support his point. And the Deputy Attorney General to filed some documents, including records from Parliament that showed the date that it was laid, and also records from the Ghana Publishing Company. Those things, the mark court now or draw court now attention to it, and catch a court and say, or per se court to ask him to apologize for alleging fraud without any evidence, and especially when evidence has been provided to show that indeed it was appropriately gazetted and has come into force. Mr. Chikata didn't make any comments, neither did the court ask him to apologize or not. In his decision, the court said that the legality or otherwise of CI 128 is not a matter that is before it for us to determine. What is before it relates to the jurisdiction issues that have been raised at the Hohoe High Court that has been filed, and so it dealt with those matters.
But dummy evidence, more court. Did you have the opportunity to see the evidence?
No, I haven't personally seen those documents, but or the be my judges now. Answer now, just probably read the judgment in the court. I say they have all those documents. They have it with them. They have been served appropriately.
Wow, and it brings finality to Hohoe issues. Pending if there will be a decision to file an election petition.
So between now and we don't know whether whether tomorrow someone may file something or not.
Of course. And also said there was another High Court injunction application. And no, meaning if you are,
I have personally not seen that process, but I spoke to Peter McMenu. He was the MPP's campaign manager in the 2020 elections, and he is saying that he has been informed by the lawyers that there was an attempt to get an injunction against their candidates who Techiman South constituency, and the court declined that request for the injunction. And so this is not something that I have personally confirmed and can speak to, but that is what he's saying, that the court declined that injunction. And so as it stands, they have the 137 plus from now going into the speaker election on January 7th done.
And as it sounds, one other interesting case here, Cape Coast High Court, on the Ascent North constituency, on dual citizenship at the end.
Very interesting case. Me who said documents be about
time or renouncing citizenship.
And some are making a point that it appears it may have happened prior to or post,
it was done post the filing of the nomination
and making reference to the ex parte Zaneto case. So Obeka I'm making point they say in that case no court said timer obe challenge obi eligibility at the time of filing. To contest as a candidate because Obeka in that case not obe contested as NDC parliamentary candidate. Not about one anga saying do and bang cry. It's a court obe challenge I will say or file as candidate. And so make it a point say in their opinion at the time the candidate was filing the documents now say or you're eligible now or sign the documents to contest now online and set aside that citizenship but I mean it remains in that particular court to decide what
from what I've seen, and also in the nature of an election petition we would see how and no ebe pane out or Cape Coast High Court, but that's interesting, at least from end till the 6th midnight 6th January the 7th Parliament na enter also in the 8th Parliament we would see legal gymnastics
and even beyond because obviously there will be some attempts to get some seats here and there on both sides, and there will be a lot of legal issues. And the petition also the update is that there are two firms Amenuvo and Associates, they have entered an appearance
for the Electoral Commission.
Okay. And the law firm that the president founded, Akufo-Addo Prempeh, together with Dr. Edmond Prempeh, has entered an appearance through lawyer Akoto Ampao that they will be the counsel for the president who is a defendant in that particular election petition. And so,
Akoto Ampao be president lawyer in the petition.
Per the documents filed, but we understand that obviously it will be a big legal team. So
a big legal team.
Yeah.
But I said there will be a lead counsel, and it's likely to be Akoto Ampao.
I don't know that for now.
Anyways, my men Nasi Joseph na men kwa homane so lawyer Yao Opon ewa homane so he was in the court himself today. Ma menye na dwen chrete na fi Yemra studio. Ye ba studio beginning the year right series no ene ye de bebremo sound so and a spokesperson to the transition team ewa ha no so ye no ebedi nkomo tel. Lawyer Yao Opon akwa bana pom to saying.
Oh, Nami be Swiss Ramina, Akable, Nilaya, no man abroad for the young
Akable, any packetwa, or solid, yeah. Ain't it? Me patona once who court hobby and summary Akable, the Amaya no sanity.
Oh, yes. You don't know, about Wayade. One man so I person. Say no mama to me and the chin kakra. And so and no paper pen out wakan. And your honey say on say a year a briar beto abano. Yet the a year letter commission the maybe a buyer, a friend CI 128. And then you just so the Nasengi Jam 4 and found Twamba. And Mamma no moon could deny a name or parliament. Now, so to about Mobia could deny one name. A dear some fire, in fact, and found who did know, and it can be mammy cabino, and only the pattern. And no to all Hona Uni Ubia, Ujina one name, or my Ghana, yeah, Dick can be mammy cabby in a year, Jumana. Now, Fahudino, swat to Macacra, watch it to Macacra. Eminti ekoba se enianom ne ma me ne papa mo ewo enya se ya be friend style no omo fanchen ke se de bi ebo mu din na nkata nzi kimichanity asa na ye dia omo ekoba se ke ma omo to abama eyi o mampani ana so mampani aba no omo to na emmomu na se be jamfo no ene ye che omo se enam se the chair that region na nanka ye voter region yi ni bifa ebeye no eye otino enunti constitution no so say ensese mantam bia ye de so aba no the friend constituency no ba kokoda amantam wa ai friend region no mienu emu enunti ensese na ba ye 128 in the Nankese, then you know, near Papa no me see cow honor. Okay, almost say a year, Hohoe, Oti region, I said, to be uncommitted transfer to about Bull. As I did, Uncle Bantam, and about honors by ya. Am I in your no near Papa no, and I can to about my message with them, yea. And until Omode call. Who court. Now, the whole say, incredible to say, incredible to tell me, I'm a more than your high court back up.
Yeah.
Now, to say, that the next time, what that no, obey to me, the Asama, a fat about war and chinu idea. And obey me, where the hour for them. Obey me, the tax them. Obey me, the company, and whom some. And obeti mi krampo edi obi awako wi ade enso asem na enkrata odi be kwakotu na animu no eno na be kire ni se asem we die eye awarefo asem we ese tie obi fa ahudie so nanso ni papem pa no ye abato ho nsem wan fa nko sa ade a onye se bi oho no ono anke se ni tumi se ode kwan a ɛfa so de awarefoɔ ntawantawa nsɛm kɔ court ɔbɛfa ho de adi obi a yɛtietia ne fa ho de so anaasɛ de obi a wakɔ wiadeɛ asɛm menim sɛ nyame ka no fa so a ɛno nti ne tɛwa mu ne sɛ berɛ a panimfoɔ kɔɔ o court no ɔmo asɛm no bi ne sɛ abatoɔ sɛ atwerɛ odin sɛ ɔbɛto aba no ɛyɛ fa ho de asɛm kɛseɛ paa ɛyɛ yɛpɛ no human rights matter ɛno nti ɔmo anto aba no bi no ne tieti ɔmo fa ho de so sɛ ɛsan sɛ saa berɛ ɔmo nni mmarahyɛ badwamni bi a ɔkɔgya ɔma no enti court no ɛnhyɛ sɛ abatoɔ no a yɛtoo wɔ hɔhɔe no a ama ɔmo no ɛnyɛ bia nto a yɛyi owura sɛ ɔno na egyina hɔhɔefoɔ no mu wɔ mmarahyɛ badwam no yɛmmɔ saa anaa high court no mmɔ mu ɛsiane sɛ ɛyɛ saa na yɛayɛ nnipa mu ayipamu sɛ wɔ no discrimination sɛ yɛama yɛnyinaa yɛato aba wɔ hɔhɔe na ebi mu atumi ato ama ɔmampanyin ne mmarahyɛ badwamni ne yɛdeɛ mmarahyɛ badwamni yɛnyɛ bia nto no ne kyɛ sɛ yɛkiesie fa ahodie so ɛti saa yɛ saa deɛ no ɔmo mmɔ asɛm a ɛbae ne ɛyɛ abatoɔ no a ɛma owura mmawu ɛbɛdi bi mu no ɛbɛyɛniɛ no yɛmmɔ mu na bi a yɛnto aba no foforɔ na yɛnuanom saafoɔ no ntumi nto bi ɛwɔ hɔhɔe ɛno na ɛbɛda so yɛ attorney general ɔwɔ attorney general nso yɛsi nsɛm a ɛfa yɛmfa ahodie ho no human rights yɛana yɛyi na sotire kɛkɛ yɛana nka yɛmfa no ɛnka ho sɛ ɔno nso yɛsiw no nanso mmara no sɛ ɛsɛ yɛyi na sotire waberɛ a yɛde bi a nkrataa no bi bɛkɔ akɔma no na wedeɛ yɛsiw attorney general bi a obroni bɛka sɛ respondent na yɛsiw attorney general bi a ne sɛ attorney general no nso ɛwɔ akwanya sɛ baabi a wode ne kɔɔyɛ no koraa na otumi bɛka sɛ ɛnyɛ hɔ na ɛsɛ nka wode ne kɔ na baabi a otumi ka no ɛyɛ supreme court nti ɔde baa supreme court no mpanimfoɔ de ɔma lɔyafoɔ nso baeɛ ɔmo bɛkae na ne ti a wɔtwa mu ha ne sɛ ɛnɛ supreme court de ano yie baeɛ soronko sɛ nsɛm na ɛwɔ hɔ no yɛntwa ne nyinaa mu na mmom ne ɛfa owura mmawu ho a yɛsɛ no nti ɔntumi nkɔ mmarahyɛ badwam no ne nyinaa yɛabɔ agu ɛsiane sɛ ɛyɛ
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
ɔno na ɛsoma electoral commission fo a na sɛ ɛyɛ ɔmo yodio sɛ nkɔfo sɛbi afafoɔ yi momo ɔmo nto aba na wei deɛ momo nto aba ma me wanyɛ biribiaa ɛma ɛkɔbaa sɛ mpo southfoɔ yɛnuanom yɛ papa no mu ɛkɔbaa sɛ ɔmo antumi anto aba no nti ɛyɛ dɛn na yɛkɔtwe n'aso ɛma asotwe ni bi ka ɔmo nso ɛwɔ hɔhɔ yɛ ɔmo ato aba ma no no a ne nti ɔkɔ mmarahyɛ badwam a ɛnyɛ yie woyɛ ne saa na wafo mo mmara nti ɔmo twa ne nyinaa mu ɛna ɔmo kaa sɛ nea aka a ɛfa ɛyɛ ɔmo mde asɛm ne kɔɔ court no sɛ ɔmo fa ahodie a ɛsɛ ɔmo tumi de to aba no yɛtiatia so no ɛno deɛ high court no bi ɛyɛ yie nti ɔmo bɛtumi akɔka na nea mɛkae a ɛsi ne tɔfa no no.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Nti ɛba no sisi a yɛnuanom ɛwɔ saa a ɔmo ntumi anto aba ama parliamentary candidate biara na Supreme Court ka say that is not an issue before it. Nti ɛno na ɔmo anka ho asɛm, but going forward no ɛdɛn na ebesi because they have to be represented ana.
Okay, nea ɔhɔ ne sɛ amate ne sɛ
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
And so the assembly for whole court say, yes, for no, yet to obey ye, name, senior CI 127 night to obey him at the phone. Yea, not I think yet to abba a word a boom area honor. Namami auntie be there, any as abaton, Mumungu, Nayan Chapel, yin maintain to be. That case is not my sister at chat your home.
Yeah.
Nti bi no so ye betri mu aba no e betimi aboa paa yie ama enuanom staffo yi omatimi akoto aba ayi na ebejame se bi a court no eje o masem tumu dia.
Because I don't know so how an election petition, I suppose. Okay.
Well, Anna, Matete, on my end. Someone named someone. The court, ever can say.
You. Mate, wait there. Just one question. Where you mrenim need here, me musa tell in a minute. On the constitutional provision, can ever allegiance to another foreign country. Say Emma or Kwaima Untimi Nina, Emma member of parliament and some other positions in Ghana, no. Say Osha MPs Nediana. What does the law say? Say may Kwako file a nomination with the EC, by that time I renounce my other citizenship now say before December 7th election, which is which?
As I'm na anu ye kakra by a bra yenya ba junito bakaya anya beto 2016 abano and penfobi e de call court say a bra NDC for koye primary ta omu yi no say ekojina ye osuha no okay, Osu
Clotte Colley constituency.
Yes. Clotte Colley, FM Hano. But before we call court to say, that brand now, Mokoya primary TV, no. Na, and yet, what some mercy said, not on your beer, let me deal war about one woman. Now, this is near about one woman more.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Supreme Court, if you high court, Supreme Court can say, no so be near about one woman more. And answer will be any fear at the Unubako. And answer will be any gun and near. Or yet, Tony Swaba more comrade to be the more in ye ye. Name Mumu, Omubusa, every bang and a SSA will be home as some can or the court. Every bang will be between a challenge. Omukasi to say a brab electoral commission heading cast abebabu bodan ho sa fe mraso wo opese abatu ayebe to amanko for commercial be gemana sa be mampeni no to be bra na be fan kata o be fan kata na o sen kata no ntembu tabi wo so o ye Ghana ni we di ntie di no ba ko wa dream ye o fine ene ne kikan ka ho. So you need no Annie. Bia what you out to now? And Ranama who can do tell Betcha. And my dear, Yachimuma,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
So, to me, feel form, no. Now you need no Annie. Now, and something you better to Abano. A papa said, tell me the outcome, Annie. Na anka ye dabi na kan anya esunsun san so betimi aba enunti sanse asemi bi eda kota ye nyina ya tiniti no wasem no matie von fantem ni ni wa no dabi ana sanse mke asem ni mu aye adipa bi tian ya ansa na bi ade be san de matie se court no so bi ya no Johnson, yeah, Eddie can buy, yeah, the fast in the same way.
Yeah,
it's to be an Amia Domina not now. We are mobile now praying, no. Now, and son, I'm the best person, no, Senna, the BI, enough of my account. Obi Sabri, in your Ghana for me and in the year. If you say, some of the BI can say, Namia Domina, Chadia Sun, a year I judge for more could draw. Being Namia Nimu, Nini Casem. And come on, Martin Rana, a dear temper no. A good for a month for you. Young caution train, I mean, young Tiasi, but
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
If you say, yes, you see, now I'm running a decent year. Just a man, say, oh, no default, the tomb, which me when him, I was so caught for Rama, I know I call. Prepare, pay the book, and mine. My democracy name, Perperia, and name Rapa, a rule of law, no, the Conan. nke damase
Yo.
ya mfufo bi anso oho dia
Yo.
e ko sunya court ni mu gidie
Mate.
no na de asundue ba
Mate, lawyer ya upon me nase ewie ye da se pa nyame sra and the lawyer ya upon private legal practitioner and a law lecturer and amotesi ene no edi nkomo Ekosiisen so ni higher sempa 94.7 FM 45 minutes after 2 medical catch us and then semegu apono so no edoso anopain so the presidential swearing in Ebebaso on the 7th of December. Transition committee has been put in place. Now, a more subcommittee be our more share swearing in how Neoma ABC Akunyina, spokesperson for SAR committee, the Honorable Pius Ennam Hajide, Deputy Information Minister. Wabekansa ewa high and anybody komo ewa hon tell. We are beginning the year right series no Ebebram Enra yenya Richmond Kwame Frimpong ewa ha and yensaka Amos Kevin and then share how you can lead yourself at home, at work, and in your community. And then part of helping you to begin this year on the right note and to make 2021 your best year ever. Or chance we would have another speaker on Thursday and then on Friday. Ye annonce afiyebeko parliament na ene State of the Nation's address or Mampenyiko presented, discussions are about from the minority and the majority side. No, Sem Abramiani Professor Jampo Ebedin. He's also done a write-up on the president's speech. Very interesting one. Yebekum